In this class, we will discuss about the dead time element, and the second topic is specification and testing of dynamic response. First, we go to dead time element. Here, the dead time element or transport lag is defined as system in which the output is exactly of the same form as that of the input. But the event occur after the time delay dou t, that is mathematically represented as x naught of t. That is input is vary of time period is equal to k of x of I into t minus dou t. Here t greater than or equal to dou t. Here dou t is the time delay. Um, Suppose the time delay is not a response to the particular system, means the time is called as dead time element of particular input quantity in the system. Such a case can be obtained in signal transmission system. Suppose a pressure input at one end of length for the particular processing machine will be observed at the other end of the processing system. After the time required for propagation through the distance between the two ends, taking the speed as equal to the speed of the sound, the dead time for a 300-meter length of particular machine, which is the order of 1 second. And the consideration of this machine process is important in hydraulic and some other particular instrumentation systems. Okay, so the dead time element is x naught of t is equal to k into xi of t minus 2 d. And the second topic is specification and testing of dynamic response. Suppose in the specification for the dynamic response of the total measurement system comprising a transmitter, signal conditioner, filter, and output display or recorder, or the basic transmitter alone, or the same as that of the typical linear control systems. Okay, there are basically two factors in the specification of the dynamic performance, that is the speed of the response and the relative stability or damping. If the system considered is higher than a second order system, usually the dominant modes are specified in terms of the basic first order or second order systems. The dynamic performance of the system can be defined in either the time domain or frequency domain. Most dynamic performance terms as usually interpreted in terms of the definition of the linear second order system or linear first order system. Mostly the machine depends upon a linear second order system only. These include the damp natural frequency and damping ratio. The transient response to the step input is a common means for the specifying the dynamic performance in time domain. The term that are used in specifying the speed of the response or the rise time TR, which is the time for the output to rise from 10 to 90% of the final value. And the setting time T is, which is the time required for output to remain within the certain percentage of the final output. For the first order system, the time constant, which is the time required for the output to reach 63% of final value, that is used to define the speed of the response. Relatively, the stability is generally characterized by the damping ratio, that is zeta. Okay, the term usually used to define the relative stability in the time domain is the overshoot, that is m of p, that is maximum value to which the output reach over the equilibrium values. In the frequency domain, that is second part. Okay, in the frequency domain, the frequency is the term of the system bandwidth indicating the speed of the response, and response peak is m of m. A time domain overshoot is m of p, uh, and frequency response peak is m of m. Okay, so m of m indicating the system relative stability. For the second order system, the frequency omega of m at which m of m occur is obtained by the differentiating the term, the equation of omega of m is equal to omega of n root of 1 minus 2 zeta squared. Here zeta is less than or equal to 1. Okay, here the range less than or equal to 0.707, and the omega m n is the undamped natural frequency here. Okay, the magnitude m of the peak value is given by m of m is equal to 1 divided by 2 zeta root of 1 minus zeta squared, and the second order are approximated as a second order. The response in the time domain is related to the frequency domain according to the relationship is Tp is equal to pi divided by omega m. Here Tp is the time to reach the first peak value in the step response, and omega m is the frequency at which m of m occurs. As specification of testing of the dynamic response can be observed from the earlier discussion, and the specificational term of the response to the step input in case of the time domain, or a sine wave input in the frequency domain. In order to actually perform the dynamic test on the measurement system, to obtain it is the performance specification. The choice of whether to use the step type input or a sine wave input function is a matter of the conventions depending upon the actual physical parameter involved. That is, parameter means that is the zeta values. Okay, either type of the input when properly used will the same information about the system, and the step input does offer the distinct advantages in case of where the generation of the sine wave input signal is difficult, such as in case of the calibrating the temperature or pressure transducers involved to the dynamic response. However, transient response data require fairly extensive data reduction to the machine for provide all the required information for the particular specification of the quantity in terms of omega m or m of m. Okay, that's all.